What matters the most, science or creativity? When I first read the title of this topic, I thought to myself that science and creativity had their own strengths and that you needed a bit of both in life. But that doesn't really answer the question of which is most important or which matters the most. Well, let me give you an answer. The first part of this question is what is science and what makes it matter? Science is defined as the systemic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation, experimentation, and testing theories against the evidence that has been obtained. In other words, science is the ability to look at something, come up with ideas and assumptions of said thing, run tests or experiment on it, and then come up with evidence, a conclusion, and knowledge from that entire process. Some examples of the types of sciences are physics, chemistry, and biology. Physics helps us understand the heavenly bodies, gravity, and light. Chemistry helps us understand the elements, the natural elements, the world around us, and helps us with cooking too. Biology helps us understand our bodies, the oxygen that plants provide us with, or how plants provide us with oxygen, and the complexities of animals. Here you go, buddy. Sorry. So you see, science helps us understand our surroundings and ourselves in a structured and informed manner. We get to make properly informed. So you see, science helps us understand our surroundings and ourselves in a structured and informed manner. We get to make properly informed decisions on our actions, what we eat, how we solve problems, and what we think and how we think about things. Science also helps us develop things that are from ideas that can later be developed into products or tools that can help other people. Science is a skill that lets people improve on past creations and on multiple lives. Now, the other side of the coin is creativity. Creativity is defined as the use of imagination or original ideas to create something. Creativity can come in all shapes and sizes. It can be creative writing, for example, drawing, sculpting, painting, building, and making music even. Creativity touches on people on an emotional level that helps people express themselves. It has the ability to inspire people to fight against something. For example, a poem or a painting or written piece or other written piece depicting violence against children and women can inspire people to fight against gender-based violence and child abuse. This may come from the depictions striking an emotion within the viewer/reader. Creativity allows us to solve issues that with a more open-minded view and help us form more. Creativity comes in all shapes and sizes. A few examples of creativity are creative thinking, are creative writing, drawing, sculpting, painting, building something, and even making music. Creativity touches people on an emotional level that helps people express themselves. It has the ability to inspire people to take action against something. For example, a painting or written piece depicting violence against a child or women may inspire people to fight against gender-based violence and child abuse, as the depiction sparks or invokes emotional responses from the viewer/reader. Creativity allows us to solve issues with a more open-minded view and help us strive for innovation. It also helps you think outside the box and be more productive. Both science and creativity are beneficial in their respective categories, yet they do share some similarities. Science and creativity help people solve problems. People have to think outside the box to create something new or to improve a design of something. In order for you to come up with with a new invention, you must have an imagination to think up of that new invention. You need to be able to think about different factors of that invention. How will it work? Um, you know, what if I made it out of this material? Does this shape affect how it works still? Will it work properly with this shape? These are a few questions that I have personally heard in my own physics, design, and EGD classes. Now that I think about it, EGD is a great example of science and creativity put together. If you want to build a house, you need to be able to have the measurements, you need to have the correct materials, the tools, you need to know what area you're working with, how does that affect the project, and yeah, that is some examples of science. Now, the creative side of building a house would be, you know, the color, how would it look, what happens if I put this and this piece of art together in a certain room. Uh, like you, the that part is the what do you call it? Okay. Now that I think about it, EGD is a great example of how science and creativity come together. If you want to build a house, you need to have the measurements, you need to have the correct materials, you need to know what area you're building and working in that can affect the project in a sense. But that is the scientific side of it. Now, the creative part of it would be the color that you use, how the building is supposed to look, what excuse me, what furniture pieces and decorative pieces you put together. How does someone feel when they're in that space? That's the creative side of it. A great example of creativity and science put together as a person would be Leonardo da Vinci. You see, Leonardo is mainly known for his paintings of the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. People forget that Leonardo was also a scientist, theorist, and an engineer. He was responsible for the first ever designs of the tank, the glider, and the underwater diving suit. Leonardo had ideas that were both creative and scientific, and have made innovative inventions, and also has made amazing pieces of art that still hold up to this day. So in conclusion, science and creativity matter a lot in their own separate ways, but when you put them together and use them together, they make things far more better and interesting. Why have one thing when you can have the best of both worlds? Thank you. See, Jackson, it wasn't that hard, man. Come on, like that's all I needed you to do. And Cupcake was, oh, did you mess? Oh, come on, man, come on.